Good evening. How are you guys doing? I'm going to press 2 rags and a tumbler. So I figured I'd hang out with you guys and get these done. Answer any questions that you guys may have. I missed you guys yesterday. I didn't do a live Q&A or my regular Friday video. So we're going to hang out for a little bit today until dinner is ready. And then I'm going to hop off of here. Okay, no, that was my notification telling me that I was live. All right, give me a second. I'm going to share this video out. So as you come in, go ahead, give the video a thumbs up and tag a friend, share it out, say hello. Thank you for watching me on TikTok. I want to be able to go live on TikTok. I got to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok. So make sure y'all go follow me on TikTok. The Professor, Shakia the Professor 365. Shakia the Professor 365 is my thing on TikTok. So 365. All right, let's go and share this out. All righty, let's see. Come one, come all, and chat with the professor of all things creative, sublimation, T-shirts, and more. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty. Hello, peeps. How art thou? Okay, I'm going to flip you guys. Ooh, my face looks crazy over here. I'm going to flip you guys over to the heat press because that's mainly where I'm going to be working at. And then I'll come back over here. But yeah, it's only 2 presses, and I'm going to set up this tumbler. It's not a full wrap. It's just a design in the front because you guys don't always have to do a full wrap. And I've never tested our tacky sublimation paper on a tumbler. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. What is the best class to sign up for in your academy? All of them. What do you want to, it all depends on what you're wanting to learn. I have classes for different things. So it really depends on what you want to learn. I mean, if it's anything that's going to be the best bang for your dollar, it will probably be our sublimation boot camp. I mean, not boot camp. Yeah, sublimation boot camp. It is $150, I think it is, but it is 6 weeks, 12 sessions. So intro to sublimation. We did some designing in Silhouette Studio, setting up templates in Silhouette Studio. There was beginner for Photoshop. We did memorial designs. So my sublimation bootcamp is probably going to be the best bang for your buck. You might want to wait until Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They will be on sale. I do my classes are on sale during that time, not necessarily products. So if you want to wait till then, if you can, then you can wait till then because all classes will be on sale. Not my memberships, only regular classes. Exactly. All Thank you. So this is still a regular chit chat Q&A. So feel free to chat it up. It's on the heat press. So we're going to go over there, and this is going to be a real quick press, y'all, because it's like, I only have to do 2 rags. This was on the, this was on the sheet with the flag that I just did. I cut it long enough. I probably didn't. It'll be just my luck I didn't cut this long enough. And I did not. That sucks. All right. I just need a little piece on the top then. So, although our paper does not require a cover sheet, when you are doing something like a microfiber towel, you must put a cover sheet on top of it because the threads on this, they do melt. So you do have to put a sheet on it. I'm going to check the pressure of this real quick. Way too much. All right. See, it sticks to it. I can't stand that. I don't know what it is they put on here that makes it stick, but it sticks. Now, if your sublimation paper covers the entire thing, you don't have to worry about covering it up. But if it doesn't cover the whole thing, you got to protect your heat press from those threads. So it's best that you cover it up. Ooh, should have had a little bit more pressure than that. All right, let's see. The membership is awesome. I'm having so many problems with my Epson setting to 10. Do you do one-on-one sessions? If so, wait, what is the price if you do? I don't have any one-on-one sessions available at all next week. I have an event to get ready for on the 20th, so I'm not doing any one-on-one sessions next week. If you need kind of immediate like help. But they are, is it $50 an hour, I think? Where is the Sublimation ink? I need it bad for the 7310 Epson printer. I'm hoping that it will be here next week. So this matches the design that it was on the, what's that thing called? The flag. This thing that I just did. Oh, shoot. Wait. I think I went the wrong way on that. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I keep forgetting to change the pressure. Nope, there's no way it needs to be stored. Just cool, dry area, just like regular paper. You don't have to check every day. Just go to the site, go to the ink that you want, click on notify me when available. As soon as it hits the site and we change the number, it's going to send you an email. So you don't have to stop. You don't have to just keep watching the site. Just go ahead and click notify me when available. And I promise you, it'll send you an email. So that's done. That's literally all I had to do on the heat press. Now, what did I do with the tumbler? What did I do with the tumbler? Oh, okay, cool beans. You'll get notified as soon as they hit the site. What's the best printer to get that uses your ink and paper? Our paper works with literally any printer, any printer. Ink wise, all Sublimation ink closely matches color profiles for pigment ink printers. So you're going to get the best colors with like the for the newer printers, the 7840, 7820, 7310, or any of the other like older workforce printers that use pigment ink. That's where you're going to get like the most accurate, best colors. You can't use it with any EcoTank because EcoTanks use dye ink. No Sublimation ink is really made to match the color profile of dye inks. You can use like color profiles. We're working on one, but the majority of people I teach, they use Silhouette Studio. So a color profile is not going to do them any good. But I do have to make it because I had my husband buy me a $300. No, how much was that thing? $500 or something like that for the thing to do the color profiles, and I still need to use it. So, but ideally, any of the workforce printers or any printer that uses pigment ink. So you can also do the EcoTank 16600 or 16650. As far as heat presses, your room not being big, you just have to decide on what size you want. Are you wanting a small format one? Do you want to get a 16 by 20, 16 by 24? That will be the first thing for you to decide. There's a lot of them out there. My preferred presses would be either the Waller press from Heat Press Nation. Heat Transfer Warehouse, the Signature series from Heat Press Nation, Stahl's Hottronics, the ones from Pro World. I don't ever recommend, some people use them. From me personally, I don't ever recommend like the cheaper, super inexpensive presses. Hold on. There we go. I never really recommend them. So I couldn't provide information as far as like a quote unquote inexpensive heat press. Ooh, what the hell did you have on you? Look, this is why, and this was a clean rag. That's why you want to clean them. Look at all that ended up on there. Ooh, Jesus. What the heck was that on you? I'm glad I did wipe you down. Jesus. Huh. Like I said, I have never done our tacky paper on a tumbler. So this is a test of the emergency broadcast system because I've never done this with the tacky paper. So we're just going to go like that. Let me find my tape. Where did my tape go, Jesus? I just had you for the last video. So wherefore art thou tape? What the world? Now, I just had it like 2 seconds ago. I just did a whole video using it. Where in the heck did it go that fast? No, seriously, where did my heat tape go? I literally just used it. Dude. Where did I pick him? Oh, it's behind me. I was like, where did my heat tape dispenser go? All right, that's just to kind of keep it down. And for this, I guess I'll use my shrink wrap because it's not the whole thing. And I got a whole bunch of shrink wrap, so I guess I might as well use it. Instead of just taping it, I was going to tape it because normally I'll just tape. Normally I just tape it down. But I guess I'll use the shrink wrap. This takes too long. Does anybody have time for this? Oh, hold on. Hold on 1 second. My brother called me about something. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, it must be the UM game. This is for the birds. I don't have time for this. That's why I like to use heat tape. I literally would have been done in like 2 seconds. Put it on there, wrap it, and I'm done. All right. I'm going to go pop this in the oven. And guess what? My husband's in the middle of cooking dinner. There are some potatoes in my oven. I'm about to put, because I think it's on like, it's probably at like 350 or 375 right now because he's making baked potatoes. So I'm about to put this in there. For real, with my potatoes. Hold on. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Let's switch the camera. It is 7:39, but I'm not going to chance it. Hey, Google, set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see. I didn't forget about your one about the memberships. I'm going to go over that. Give me a second. What's a good program to design my own picks for shirts? What do you mean design your own picks? I use Silhouette Studio. I teach that every single day. I have a whole master's program. We go over different designing and stuff like that. So pretty much 93.65% of the things I do are done strictly in Silhouette Studio. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for following us. Make sure that you follow us on all social media platforms, TikTok included. What's the best t-shirt transfer to use? You mean like for printable transfers? I really only use now Jet Pro 3G opaque. I use your tacky paper on a mug. It turned out great. Okay, perfect, because I've never used it on a tumbler. I didn't think you can put your sublimation in the oven you use to for cooking because of the poisonous fumes. There is no such thing as poisonous fumes. That is the biggest lie ever told in the sublimation community, because sublimation ink is the process where that ink turns into a gas. What you see on your tumbler, your mug, that is the gas. This is not ink. This is the gas. So if you do this, it's not toxic. There are no fumes. If there were fumes when I was on this heat press and there was nothing there, I would have been in more danger than it being inside of an oven. Then you have to think about the fact that in an oven, not only it's wrapped, I either wrap it in tape or I put a shrink wrap on it. So now nothing's getting out. If your sublimation gases are getting out, you're going to have a horrible print, because the goal and the purpose is to get that gas to go into the tumbler. So that is the biggest myth and the biggest lie ever told for people who don't research and don't understand. Now, where it becomes an issue, if you're using things that should not be heated up. So when you're using your masking tape and like all things like that, like or that really bad shrink wrap that's not meant for high temps, it's meant to just like shrink wrap with a hot gun, heat gun, those will put off bad fumes. But sublimation in itself, completely non-toxic and completely harmless. Why would they taste like ink? All right. So let's go back up here to your question. What's offered in the membership classes? So there are 3 different versions. Well, if you're just talking about designing wise, there's 2. There is the bachelor's program, which is really just learning Silhouette Studio. And we go through, like, we take it, like right now we're in the beginning phases. This is like the second month of this year, this semester, or this run. It runs for a year. And it's taking Silhouette Studio and really breaking it down piece by piece by piece by piece by piece by piece to help you understand the program better, so that you will be able to create your own designs or modify designs, learning how to properly trace different, it's not going to always be the ideal trace. So we go over so many different things. We have a live session every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is like about an hour 15 minutes or so. And then of course you have access to my exclusive Facebook group. And this is one of the reasons why my lives are going to be limited. As far as free open lives, they're going to be a part of my exclusive group, because I realized, oh yeah, I can just post it as an unlisted one and they have access to it, as far as like if I just do a watch me work and things like that. So we've done quite a few design ones, and I went through like different designing techniques and stuff like that as it relates to Silhouette Studio. So you'll have access to all of that content. And then if you do the master's program, you get all of the bachelor stuff to, refresh yourself on, even if you feel like Silhouette Studio, to refresh yourself on 18 seconds left on Silhouette Studio. And then the masters, we do 2 design sessions per month. It's like 2-hour sessions every other Friday. We do those. And of course, you have access to all of the live videos within the Facebook group. And you get unlimited playbacks for everything. Thank you, Google. You are such a great assistant. Alrighty, let me go get my tumbler out of the oven. Be right back. Okay, so hold on. Hey, Google, set a timer for 2 minutes. So my husband's not like me. I always cook everything with the convection on turbo. He had it on regular bake. It might be on there because you technically can. Is all you need is really heat. So you can use it on regular, like the regular oven setting. But air is not circulating, and I didn't rotate it because the heat is going to be a little bit uneven. If you're going to use it on regular oven, you do want to rotate it. So I didn't realize he had it there. So I'm going to leave it like another 2 minutes. I put it on turbo. So I'm going to do like 2 minutes and then go back for it because I didn't realize he didn't have the oven on turbo. So yeah. I don't have a template. I just show a technique on how to do it. There's no template for what I do. There's just a technique for how to get it all the way around. So you have to take the class for that. All right. Any other questions for me as it relates to Sublimation or Silhouette Studio? I think I'm done for tonight on this thing. I was waiting to see if my sister needed me to press something, but I don't want to leave that on. With the large tape, do you get crinkles in the tape on a full wrap? I'm asking because I have your tape bundle. Not in how I do it. I mean, if you just try and wrap it around, you could, but I lay it on there, I flip it, I put tension, and I roll it. So I don't really get a lot of wrinkles on that part, but the wrinkles really don't make a difference. They're not going to make it because it's just your paper's already tight. So it's not like, as long as you don't have a wrinkle in your paper, you're okay. A couple of wrinkles in the tape, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I was wondering because I saw it, then didn't see it again. Is it one class? Hold on. Be right back. Another reason why I hate shrink wrap, sometimes it melts. And this, unless I grab the wrong one, because I think I have a whole bunch of it from Johnson's Plastics. This might be the one that came with some of my other tumblers. I don't really care for it. It melts. I don't do the melting. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Oh, no, it didn't stick to it. I was going to say, I forgot to protect, before I did the shrink wrap, I forgot to protect the tumbler. Okay, I should probably let this cool because this is tacky paper. I've never done it on a tumbler. And so it's sticking, of course, because it has tack to it. And it's meant to stick once it gets heated. And I've never done that. So I'm not how this is going to work with coming off. Oh. Yeah, I don't really care for how that came out on this tumbler. It's okay. I'm being very, very impatient right now with getting this off. I probably should just let it cool. I think I was just being impatient. I mean, once I get underneath it, it comes off. I think if I let it cool some, I wouldn't have had these issues, but I was being impatient. So this is a tumbler that has kind of a bad coating on it. I had to re-cure it. So I was fearful of if the paper stayed on here, it would really stick to it because these tumblers are not the greatest. But this is just something that I'm giving to her. So it didn't have to be the greatest. I just need to get the paper off. Hold on. Let me grab some alcohol. I don't remember which one of these is the alcohol and which one is the distilled water. I think this might be the alcohol. Yep. This is the alcohol. Okay, so when I left it in there for that second time, it was actually done the first time. This side burnt. So, yeah, I don't like that. My husband, I don't know, I've never knew that he did not cook on turbo. That's all I cook on. I never use the regular one. So when I left it in there for the extra 2 minutes, this side, so it was probably actually done. So the side that was down, and this is why you have to flip it when it's straight heat like that. This is the side that was down. So I'm not sure if you can tell the difference in there and then there. So if you're going to use a regular oven, like I said before, you have to rotate it because this was on that heat for 5 minutes, like pretty much on direct heat. So, okay, not a happy camper about that because it burnt. I'm probably going to make her another one without the tacky paper. And I'll put this in my stash to give away to our homeless population. And I'll make her another one. Because I don't like that burn piece. So you can see the difference in that and that, that and that. And this is from not rotating it. And it was literally on the hot heat for a whole 5 minutes. So when you're doing it like this in an oven, you must rotate it. But in a convection or an air fryer, because the hot air is circulating, you don't have to worry about rotating it. But there and there, you can see the difference in the color. So that's that. Let's put this back on here. I technically didn't even really have to use alcohol. I don't even know why I grabbed alcohol. Regular water will actually get it off. I normally when I do that, I didn't want to walk back out the room, but I will go and just put it under the sink. Regular water will take it right off. You don't have to use alcohol. How are you leaving it in the oven? What do you mean, how am I leaving it in the oven? You mean whether or not it's standing up or laying down? That one was laying down because my mushrooms were still in there. He had took the potatoes out, but my mushrooms were still in there. So I had to lay it down. But normally I would take the rack out and just stand it up, if that's what you mean. Put it in some water. Yeah. Oh, I know that part. But I'm in the office. What causes? Oh, well, I was testing out. So that particular one, I use my tacky paper. So our sublimation paper rolls is not regular sublimation paper. It is tacky. So that's why it stuck to that particular one. And then also that one doesn't have, like, when I got those, you can see the bubble wrap markings on it. So they didn't cure the coating. So with those sets of tumblers, I always put them in the oven, 250 degrees for like 10 minutes just to cure the coating that's on it. But it's still a little bit off, like, because it wasn't done in the actual process. So that also makes it kind of stick to it. If your regular paper is sticking to your tumblers, it's most likely because when they made them, they did not cure the coating properly. So just put them, whatever tumblers you have left from that batch, put them in the oven, 250 degrees for like 10 minutes or so, and just let that rest of that coating fully cure. It was in the Sublimation seminar. That's probably the best one to watch. I mean, that's the best one to purchase from it, because I ended up doing it again because the first time it wasn't. So the second time you see like a better method than if you were live the first time around. When I did day 3, I ended up showing it again. So the Sublimation seminar would be the best one. That's the only class that it's in. Well, that and the Sublimation bootcamp. So those are the only places you can find the full wrap tutorial. All right, last call or questions. Before I jump off, if there are no questions, I will jump off of here and get ready to go have dinner. I have a tumbler press and it's burning my cups. Heat gun works on all heat presses, so maybe temp it to see if it's outputting higher. Make sure that you are on Fahrenheit and not on Celsius, but temp it to make sure that it is actually outputting the temperature on it. And then what temp and time are you using for? Are you talking about, when you say cups, do you mean mugs or do you mean tumblers? Oh, tumbler press, burning your cups and your tumblers. So yeah, what temp and time, and then try and use a heat gun to see if it's outputting higher than, like, so you have to do it after you press something. Well, because it's better if you do it kind of like afterwards or while it's pressing something, temp it, because all of the tumbler presses and like mug presses, they have a holding temperature. So it gets to a temperature. Once you close it and start the timer, then it goes up to that, to the actual temperature. So temp it. No, not only sub questions. Are your videos back up for converting? Yes, they were up the same day, really. So the best one is the one during Silaholics Anonymous month when I did my mom's, because you saw like everything. So just go to the playlist on Honestly Speaking 365 and go to the playlist for Silaholics Anonymous month, and it's closer. It's like the second day of Sublimation week. That's the best one to find it. But it's really nothing. Like, I mean, I do the video more so just to answer people's questions. But when you're converting the workforce printer, the main part of it for me is when you can see how to properly fill or how they're supposed to look, the cartridges. So luckily, when I did my mom's, the black cartridge was not primed. So you get to see it prime. But a lot of people now just purchase our pre-fills. They don't even want to deal with that. Like, it's just like, take the vent plug out and put it in. So I do the conversion more so just to show taking the vent plugs out and then setting up your drivers. But it is like the easiest process. All these other videos, it's too much. Start with your Epson cartridges. That's it. Start with your Epson cartridges. Get everything set up. As long as you have filled your refillables properly, you put them in there, one print head cleaning. It's going to do an initializing cycle. You go to settings, maintenance, do a print head cleaning. You are done. That's it. It's not like this major thing. All of these 30,000 print heads, those people who do those don't know what the heck they're doing. They're listening to people who said, oh, it's supposed to have broken lines. All you're doing is switching out cartridges. It should not have broken lines. So you set up with Epson. As long as you have set your cartridges up properly and you have removed the back vent plug, one print head cleaning every single time I've done it. Never have I had to do multiple print head cleanings. Barbecue mushrooms. Oh, 400 degrees. Oh, honey. Oh, wait, you cannot be using Honestly Speaking paper using 400 degrees. Oh, baby, we never. Oh, never that. Um, never, ever, ever should you ever use 400 degrees of anything. I don't care what press it is for honestly speaking sublimation paper. 350, uh, 350, 45 seconds, or if you do 365, you can do it in 30 seconds. Okay. 365, 30 seconds with a tumbler press. Ooh, never 400. That's why it's burning. No. We don't do that. If you okay, so the reason why most people have ghosting is because you're making your print too big and you're trying to, like, when I see people and they want to have it wrapped underneath. So if you look at this one, it doesn't go really underneath. It's like right to where it basically like starts to curve. So I don't do a lot of overlap. Ideally, if you're able to get it right, like even before it curves, it'd be even better. And then not having a lot over the top as well. So that those are two things, well, really one thing that will help prevent the ghosting is not going too far over. And then when I do the top, I don't use the thin tape. I use the thicker tape so that I can fold it over. So it's like literally about an inch inside to make sure that no air can get through there. So go to our website and purchase some wide heat tape. Whenever I'm doing mine, I use 3 inches at the top and bottom with a 1 inch overlap. And then I put my 6 inch through the middle. I have a cold and it's messing up my flow. For real, for real. I tried to offset some letters and it took the inside letter pieces off. Not sure how to fix it. There is no way to fix it. So if the inside piece is small, once you offset it, you have to remember that it's putting a wider line around it. So if you do the offset towards, like, when you do the offset, it's going to close in the middle because that's just how offsets work. So from the middle one, it's spreading, well, it's coming inward. So there's really no way to fix that line. You can try just make like releasing compound path and then on that smaller one doing a smaller internal offset so that it looks like an outline. Or if it's just to thicken a font, you can take the original inside part and subtract it, but there is no way to fix that, especially if the space is small and you're doing a larger offset than how big that space is. You're going to lose it every single time. Oh, you're not using my paper. Oh, then yeah, I can't speak for others and their 400, but I think 400 still is for a tumbler press. 400 really is really, really high. So I would not recommend 400 for any paper, really. Yes, the Epson videos be team too much. I did what you said years ago with the pigment ink and refillable cartridges and was one and done. Exactly. I'm like, what is wrong with these folk? Like, but they all listen to like, one or two people and they think like that's like the holy grail of content. And it's not. Like, that video screwed up a lot of people. And people kept repeating those things in their videos when they were setting up theirs. And I'm just like, I shake my head every time I watch one of those videos. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Um, Thank you, my love. All right. Um, last call. All right, if you guys have no other questions for me, I'm going to hop off of here. I'll see you guys on Monday. I was going to do my professor service announcement, but I have cheer competition tomorrow. So I shall see you guys on Monday. Until then, continue to unlock your create. Well, I said that wrong. Yeah. Oh, wait. First, let's do this. Let's let you guys know where to go to get our amazing sublimation paper. If you don't have it, I don't know why you don't have it. It's like nothing else. Gone are the days of pressing at 400 degrees. If you missed the beginning, like on that heat press, 365 degrees. I've done it with my easy press. Now, if your heat press does not have even pressure, you may have to let it go for a few seconds longer. That's how I am with my auto press. The pressure is all over the place on that one. If you have uneven heat spots. Also, make sure that you have temp checked your heat press because 365 is much lower. If your heat press is running low, like it reads a lower temperature. So if you put it at 365 and it's only outputting 350, then it may not give you the brightest colors. Although, if you watch my video, when I did the Honestly Dope as F or AF, I subbed that shirt at 325 degrees. So for me, I really think it's not so much the heat. It is more so the pressure than anything and having even pressure, because I pressed that at 325 degrees. And once you put them together, it was barely like a big difference between the two. So let's see if I can get that real quick. Let me find that picture real quick. But yes, hsink365.com. We made the website a little bit easier to find. It still goes to shop.silaholics.com. It's just that, now that it's short, it just makes it a little bit easier for you guys to get to the website and also refer others to the website. If you follow me on TikTok, there's a discount code there. So go follow me on TikTok. All right. Can you tell which one was done at 325? Well, I think you can, kind of, sort of. But it still looks amazing. So one of those was done at 325. So I really think it's more so the pressure. Because even if you put it down and people say, oh, I can't get it to work at 365, that you must not have even pressure. Because for me to be able to do 325, 365 should work on any heat press. So it's going to be, all of our inks are the same, really. When we do so that is a pigment ink printer. It's going to be best for you to wait for our inks to come in. Now we're going to advertise a Formula B for Eco Tanks because it doesn't really matter. When I go, I'm going to explain like that whole thing to you guys as far as like the two different ink formulas. They look different. It's a slight difference if you mix them, but it's not anything like major. But I just, I don't want anyone to blame me if like there is depending on their design, there's a really big difference when they go to press like a repeat of a design. So I refuse to sell those or put anything on the site until we have the other ones. And I'm going to explain the second formula. And I would recommend that one for like Eco Tanks, since the colors are kind of always off on Eco Tanks. So we're going to just sell that batch of ink until it runs out for Eco Tanks only. But for the 7310, our regular formula of ink, which should be here within a week, no later than the 22nd, it should be here. The advice I have gotten from you on my sub things have been excellent and the products are amazing. Have a good night. Can you believe that I had ordered some heat tape from Amazon and I mistakenly tossed it in the burn barrel with my trash? We have heat tape. Oh, wow. Whoa. So no, there really is no difference because no sublimation ink is made for the EcoTank printers because they use dye inks, which is a dark ink. So no matter who you order ink from, even when they say it's for EcoTanks, you're not going to ever get an accurate color unless they provide a color profile and you use a program that will allow for you to put a color profile, or if you use a Mac, because Macs you can set color profiles in the print settings no matter what program you are using. But there is no difference, really. The ink that we received is not the formula. Y'all know our blacks are black, okay? The ones they sent, it's more of like in the bottle, it looks brown more so than it does look black. And then the pigmentation of the other colors are slightly different than what we are used to selling. So they sent us the wrong formula. I worked out a whole lot of stuff when it came to our formula with our vendor, and they didn't realize that they were supposed to change whatever they do for other folk for us, and they screwed up the entire order. But the way that ink outputs on an EcoTank, you're never really going to notice the difference. On a workforce printer, you'll, especially like teals and blues and certain reds and like burgundies, you will notice the difference in the color. So if you use workforce printers and stuff like that, just wait to the new ink. But for EcoTanks, you will be able to purchase those, and like I'm just going to advertise them as two different forms, because for EcoTanks, no matter what you do, you're never going to get accurate colors anyway with the EcoTank printers. All right, y'all. I hear the kids at the table. That means that Denta is served. I'm going to go now. Thank you guys so very much for joining me today. Shakia the Professor 365 on TikTok. I want to go live on TikTok. So I'm going to do a shameless plug and a shameless beg that y'all. I'm on both platforms, right? I have 17,700 and some change on Honestly Speaking. I have 26,000 on Silaholics Anonymous. My Facebook is what, 13,000? I should be able to hit 1,000 friggin' people on TikTok with all of them folk, okay? And in my Facebook groups, it's quite a bit of people in there. So if you're on TikTok, I need y'all to go and follow Shakia the Professor 365, like right now, because I am dying to do a live video on TikTok. Help your girl out. Dang. Don't be like that. All right. I'm going to go now. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible.